Good morning, y'all. So, this really ain't no, this is just a video I just decided to do. So, this morning a memory popped up of my dad and my daughter. And after I dropped my kids off at school, I was just driving down the street and I was thinking, like, you know what? My dad is the only grandpa that my kids have. Like outside of like great grandparents, like my dad is the only actual grandpa that they have. And it just made me think like how fathers are super duper absent in kids' lives. Like most kids don't even have grandparents, period. So like when I was thinking about that, I was thinking like, man, like that made me super thankful for my daddy. Like they may get on my nerves majority of the time because we're so much alike, but I can never say that I didn't grow up, you know what I'm saying, not having a daddy. Like he's not perfect, nothing, but he was always there. And so like it made me think like, man, there's so many people who didn't have that growing up. And then there's so many kids that don't have grandparents. And my grandparents mean everything to me. Like grandparents play a huge role in kids' lives. Like no matter what grandparents like. I lost my grandmother in 2010. Well, one of my grandmothers in 2010, and she was like a huge supporter of everything. No matter what I did, no matter what choices I made, she always told me how she felt about it, yeah, whether it was good or bad, but she was always there. And I still have my mother's mother living, and I appreciate her. Like, it just makes you think like how important grandparents are, and then fathers at that. Because when you don't have fathers, then the kids don't have grandparents, and kids don't get that grandparent experience. And so like when I was thinking about it, like man, my kids only have my daddy. Like they're my great grandparents. I mean, they're great grandparents, which are my grandparents. I was actually fortunate to have extra grandparents, like my mom's dad, my dad's dad, and then my grandma's husband, who had been around since my mama was like 16, 13, one of those ages, way before I was born. So it's a blessing. But then when I think about my kids, like, dang, well, everyone doesn't get that experience. And it just made me think of how much, like, now it's broken homes are like a thing now. Um, and it sucks. But you know what? I have come to grips that it happens. It happens, and you don't want to stay in a relationship, or you don't want to stay with nobody because of the kids. Like, but Sanaya, she don't even know who her grandpa is. You know what I'm saying? Besides my daddy, she don't know because he don't know who his daddy is. And then Davion and DeAndre, I don't. I mean, I think their grandpa, like, I don't know if he even exists. But I'm glad for my dad, and my parents didn't stay together. You know, kids always wonder like what things would have been like if their parents would have stayed together. I always wondered that, or you know, like man, I wish my parents would have stayed together. But like the older I get, or as I got older, I realized like okay, that was the best choice for them. Like it just wasn't gonna work out, but that never stopped my father from being there. So I said this to say, like, yes, broken homes or single parent homes are crazy now. It's like it's more broken homes than it is actual families. Um, but if you did what you were supposed to do, Don't let nobody make you feel bad because of that, because you had kids and you not with the father no more. Like, people so freaking judgmental and got so much to say, like they don't have more than one more than one kid's daddy, or like they stayed in a relationship. Don't let people make you feel that way. But to my fathers, when you're not in the relationship with the parent, still stay in that kid's life. Like, for your future grandkids and for your kids. Because when I was, like I said, when I was driving down the street thinking like, dang, you know what? My daddy is the only grandpa my kids have. And that sucks. But I'm thankful for him because my kids is crazy over my daddy. But just imagine if I didn't have my dad, then my kids wouldn't have no grandpa. And a lot of kids have that. Like the other side, or like the family or whatever, like the daddy ends up going off the deep end and the kids never hear from the father again, or it's just it's crazy. Like, you don't have to be with the mother to be there for those kids. So many broken homes and so many fatherless kids. Like, it sucks. And I think that it's beyond past due for men to get on their job when it comes to these kids and do what they supposed to do. Get out your feelings. If she don't want to be with you no more, blah blah blah. It's not that big of a deal. Because when kids get older, just when they get 18, blah, but they're gonna remember that. They're gonna forever remember that. They want a relationship with you, regardless of how you feel or not. So when you raise kids without the other parent, it creates broken adults. Broken adults that have no understanding, or they question why my daddy didn't do this, why my daddy didn't want me, blah. And then they have a whole other side that they don't know about. So I think that we should stop creating broken adults, regardless if the relationship works or not. You can still have a healthy relationship with your kids. Like, for instance, I think my parents divorced when I was like 5, maybe 4, somewhere along. I was little. And from that day forward, now at 29 years old, I still have a super solid relationship with my daddy. Always have. Regardless of how him and my mama felt about each other, he was never not there. And because of that, I'm forever thankful. Like, it sucks, like, when I see women say that they didn't get to experience that and all of that stuff. Like, I can only imagine, because I had both of my parents. It wasn't just peaches and cream all the time, but hey, my kids have a grandpa, that they could call Papa. But yeah, I just had to say that, a little something. So fathers, stop being an ass. Just because you're not with the mother of your child no more, still be there for those kids, because they need that. Okay? They need that relationship, so we can stop creating broken adults. Broken adults leads to broken relationships and misunderstanding, and so many things that people don't understand how it affects people. If you have more than one kid, don't make a difference. Treat your kids equally. And that's all I'm going to say, y'all. This video was just a little rambly, just had to say that. Sometimes when things pop in my head, I just want to say it, get it off my mind. Sometimes my videos will help, sometimes they won't. But this is my way of, like, journaling and talking and, blogging, that type of thing. But, yeah. I got a little energy today, so I decided to do this. So, that's all I gotta say. Bye.